Hello, everybody. Don Tronathan here, and look at what I'm doing today. This is something I found. It's some people that are against conservatism or whatnot, and this is a question that has been seriously asked among many people along the modern times. This is Charlie Kirk, my man. But anyway.
How many illegals are coming across the border every day?
A lot.
So about 10 to 15,000 a day. Do you think Joe Biden
Pause
is
it
going to
for a
vote
second.
them?
That's also.
Oh yeah, this is the I can't remember what channel this is, but this dude. Anyway,
Not true.
it is
Not
well,
true.
not 10 to 15,000. I'd say there's about when it goes to
But I mean,
5,000.
he moved on, right?
Some
He
some
moved-
days
or
there
he
were
clipped
more than
it.
5,000.
He clipped it so that odd.
A lot.
So about 10 to 15,000 a day. Do you think Joe Biden?
They're all going to vote Dem.
Okay, yeah. This is the whole reason that they're allowing the border to be open as they have this whole Biden administration. That's the very first thing that Biden did when he got in office was get rid of everything about the border that Trump had put in effect, so that people could just. And he told them to come. He told them, "Come on." And there's a reason behind that, and it's because of this. We interrupt this broadcast to bring you this special message. Be sure to click the like and subscribe button and leave a comment below if you have any inquiries or anything to say, period. I would highly appreciate it. They're going to vote Democrat. He's trying to get the Democrat vote. He's trying to get, what is it? They're losing the black vote because, I mean, it's just common sense not to vote for him. So, I mean, you know. They're trying to get easy votes.
You're okay. Can you say that again?
The illegals? Well, illegals.
Whoa, you can't say illegals on TV or anywhere. That's not politically correct. They're migrants. Listen to Pelosi.
Lincoln Riley, an innocent young woman who was killed by an illegal.
Now, you should have said undocumented, but it's not a big thing, okay? What's the big thing about it?
No, I actually wasn't even going to ask about that. I was just going to ask more about the moment. But you do think that he should have said undocumented? That wasn't going to be my question.
Well, we usually say undocumented. He said illegal. I don't think it's a big deal.
Right.
Yeah, they're coming here. They're going to vote Democrat, and we're going to win.
So you are admitting that you're admitting the border is a political tactic by the Democrat Party.
Pause
Joe
it for a
Biden is
second. He can't even articulate because he's like, oh, wait a second. I'm supposed to just say this lie that undocumented immigrants are going to be here to vote in time for November. First of all, there is no process when someone who is not a citizen today is going to end up voting in November. Maybe I think if you get married.
No. You don't, it doesn't require voter ID. All right, let me look this up. Okay, here we go. Out of all the, whatever it is, 50 some states of, is it 50? I think it used to be. What did Obama say?
We've traveled to every corner of the United States. I've now been in 57 states. I think one left to go. One left to go. Alaska and Hawaii I was not allowed to go to, even though I really wanted to visit, but my staff would not justify it.
This is the map of which it requires a photo ID, to be able to vote. Where's my map? That's where I'm at. So I have to have an ID to vote. And I think I think we should require an ID of some type. But right here, if you look, all the green states require a photo ID to vote legally. That's 24 out. Look at all the other states. You have 16 that require nothing. You have that require no photo ID, but there are 11 states that require no photo ID, but these other ones don't require it. If you add them together, that's 27. So there's less states that require a photo ID than there are that require one. So how are people being able to identify and say that they are legal to vote without a photo ID? So this brings me to the conclusion that you don't technically have to be an American citizen. You don't have to prove that you are an American citizen to vote for the president in the United States. Most, or at least half the United States, you don't have to be a citizen. So that's a serious thing, and they've already admitted that the Biden has flown in so many hundreds of thousands of people into certain particular areas in the United States, just for this reason. Let me look that up. Department of Homeland Security data is revealing the more than 45 cities in the United States that hundreds of thousands of migrants have flown into via a controversial parole program for 4 nationalities, with the vast majority entering the U.S. via airports in Florida. So I guess most of them are coming through Florida, but they're not going. I figured they was going to be putting them in certain strategic locations. You'd think that they would have done that. But during the 8-month period from August 2023, roughly 200,000 migrants flew into the U.S. via the program. This is a program that Biden administration has put in effect. What was it? The revealed migrants that they flew them in without nobody knowing it, and it just released this not long ago. They arrived in the state of Florida in 4 cities: Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, and Tampa Bay. And if you're in the Florida areas, you probably see a big influx of migrants. The policy was first announced in Venezuela. Anyway, but that's just another thing. They should have let this guy be impeached. This Mayorkas dude, he has done literally the worst job, border security control. They should have impeached him. But anyway, let's get back to the video.
Kirk doesn't know how to respond because he's like, wait a second, I've been telling this lie for so long.
Not a lie.
I don't even know how to. So you admit it's a political plan. What the hell does that mean?
Well, what does it mean?
Plan?
Like, you admit it as if this kid has special insight into the Great Replacement.
Exactly.
Well, he's seen the news. He's seen what
we're
we're talking about,
and you
so
would
he
never
knows about it.
suspect
You
him.
can tell by his Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah, they're coming here. They're going to vote Democrat, and we're going to win.
But I don't. Hey! I don't think they're going to vote Democrat. I don't think they're going to vote at all unless they get paid for it. That's the only thing that makes sense to me, because why do they care, about our politics and everything until they get over here? They're just over here because they've always heard America, is a free world. We can. Everything happens, and it's the great beyond. It's just like imaginary world. It's utopia over there. So America, we can come over here and start. It's a whole new world. There's no way to jail them. They are not numbered until they do get arrested or whatever. But they have to have a number system. That's what every American citizen is numbered. That's the way the government keeps control and tabs on everything that you do and who you are and all this jazz. And when you're born into America, you get a social security number and all that. That's your number, and that's how you are identified, and that's how you were seen according to the government.
Joe Biden is opening the floodgates of this country because he wants to hold on to political power. We've been saying this for a long time.
And you...
Proof? You just admitted it. What is he doing to secure
You just
the border?
admitted it. The guy says, you got any proof on that? He goes, I don't need proof because you, college student, just admitted that there are millions of undocumented immigrants coming in to vote through...
Wait a minute. He didn't say that. You know that there are millions coming in. He didn't say nothing about millions coming in, but he knows that there's a lot. That's what he said, if you go back and watch. But, yeah, there are millions. I think they estimated close to 15 million illegal immigrants. I mean, they don't know the exact number. If you listen to Mayorkas, they don't know how many. They're just guessing. They're thinking it's around 8 to 10, but it's probably more like 15. I mean, you know how it is. There's people that sneak in and just get by the numbers. They can't handle it.
A very intricate plan, obviously, because you got to distribute these votes in all the swing states.
See,
so we've got to...
That's what I was talking about. You'd think that they would have flew those migrants that they hand flew in from all these other countries into those certain strategic places. But according to that report that we just looked up, that they just all came into a border state, which they would have came in anyway. I guess they were trying to cover their tracks there by just bringing them into a border state, Florida, which is, everybody comes in through Florida or around the Gulf down there, Mexico, up there in the north side of near Canada and all that. But they're just flying them in. Maybe they're also telling them where to go when they get there. They probably give them one-way tickets to certain places. There you go. Look that up. If we can find information on that, that probably would give away their game plan.
They get all of these undocumented to the swing states, set them up, hang out in time to vote.
You know what?
Yeah, because it don't
have a bigger impact on inflation than the.
I wonder if the swing states even require the voter ID. I know where they don't require voter ID. There was a lot of people that was going in last election and just voting over and over. There's no way to keep track of who they are. So, and then if there's an influx of people, how are they going to keep the same person from coming in over and over? Unless they give them like little stickers on their hand or something like that. Give them a black eye. Maybe that stick couldn't wash that off. But anyway, we'll probably move on to another video I had in mind right here. This is the part of the video that I wanted to get to at the beginning of the video until I found something about Charlie Kirk. But these are the president's approval ratings in their first term, 13th quarter. If you look, Obama was below Trump by a slight margin down there at the bottom. But look who is in the very last. That is Joe Biden. The worst presidential approval rating in history at the end of their first term. It's ridiculous. But anyway, we need to see what Joe Biden's been up to his whole term here. Hopefully there's no 4 more years. Pause.
There's a lot of reason to be hopeful in 2020. But for God's sake, it is noteworthy that the percentage of women who register to vote and cast a ballot is consistently higher than the percentage of the men who do so. End of quote. Repeat the line.
Repeat the line.
Women are not without electoral and or political, or maybe precise, not and or political power. The first frost, you know what was happening? You had to put on their windshield wipers to get literally the oil slick off the window. That's why I and so damn many other people I grew up have cancer.
Yes.
He didn't have cancer.
Mr. President, thank you.
Watch me. If you think I don't have the energy level or the mental acuity, then that's one thing. Putin may circle Kyiv with tanks, but he'll never gain the hearts and souls of the Iranian people. Right now, on all 50 states in the District of Columbia. Well, I just want you to know, I may be Irish, but I'm not stupid. There are more corporations incorporated in America than every other state in America combined. Think about it. Think about what you'd think about at the time. Oh, there are about 16 there I've already gone in for yet, and a lot more have asked. Another 20 or so. I'm going to be going the order, and that increases the total vaccine order in the United States by 50%, from 400 million order to 600 million. This is enough vaccine to fully vaccinate 300 Americans.
Enough vaccine to fully vaccinate 300 Americans.
But we want to make, look, I want to repeat, it'll be enough to fully vaccinate 300 Americans. Congress eggs, Auchinclaw sauce, where is she? There you go, Jake. Leaders in civil rights like Karen Nagasaki. And look, healthcare is part of Abigail, Congresswoman, your Congresswoman's background. I took it to instill public confidence in the vaccine. President-elect Harris took hers today for the same reason. Now, when President Harris and I took a virtual tour of a vaccination center in Arizona. Last week, President Harris and I stood in the United States Capitol. And that's why I asked President Harris to travel to the region last August. But all kidding aside, of course, President Harris is a proud Howard alum.
Been so generous with your time in these difficult days. You and I are going to write yet another chapter in the beautiful story of the friendship between our two nations, the United States of
Did he
America
fall asleep?
and the Jewish and Democratic State of Israel.
We used to get up in the morning, not a joke, when I get driven to the little school I went up the street. Turn on the windshield wiper in the fall, the first frost, and literally be an oil slick in the window. Not a joke, an oil slick in the window. That's why an awful lot of us, including me, have bronchial asthma. The message to unvaccinated Americans is this. We've been patient, but our patience is wearing thin, and your refusal has cost all of us. You think the deer you're hunting wear Kevlar vests? What the hell you need 20 bullets for? You must be a hell of a terrible shot. I'm serious, think about it. Ban assault weapons with high-capacity magazines hold up to 100 rounds. You think the deer are wearing Kevlar vests? And I'd say, how many deer out here are wearing Kevlar vests? You know, no, but I'm seriously, think about it. Those who say the blood of patriots, you know, and all the stuff about how we're going to have to move against the government. Well, the tree of liberty is not water with the blood of patriots. What's happened is that there never been, if you want to think you need to have weapons to take on the government, you need F-15s and maybe some nuclear weapons. I tell you what, easy to swear at you. We've got news. Rashid Sunak is now the prime minister. You're trying your best, but it never feels like enough. What a stupid son of a bitch. But guess what? We got a lot to do. You gotta say hi to me. We go back a long way. She was 12, I was 30, but anyway.
What the crap?
This woman helped me get an awful lot done. Anyway.
Well, I'm sick and tired of smart guys.
I'm sick and tired of ordinary people being fleeced.
I'm tired of being quiet.
I'm sick and tired. I'm just sick and tired. We have this notion that somehow if you're poor, you cannot do it. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. Wealthy kids, black kids, Asian kids. No, I really mean it, but think how we think about it. I'm sorry to take so long, guys, but everybody knows I like kids better than people. I like kids better than people. Everybody knows I like kids better than people.
Look at them.
Now, the very important thing I told my daughter and granddaughters, no serious guys till you're 30.
Okay.
Right?
No what?
No serious guys till you're 30.
I'll keep that in mind.
People are waiting for relief. I got them $1.9 trillion relief so far. They're going to be getting checks in the mail that are consequential this week for childcare. A lot has been happened already, number one. Number two, I'm going to fight like heck. Just remind them, I wrote the bill on the environment. Why would I not be for it? Guess what? Employers can't find workers. I said, yeah, pay them more. This is an employees bargaining chip now.
No. You pay them more, you have to increase the price of the product. And that just trickles down to the consumer. The consumer is the employee. It's redundant. It's retarded.
They're going to have to compete and start paying hard-working people a decent wage. Unchain Wall Street. They're going to put you all back in chains.
Boo. God, that was racist. I'm sorry, he's an old man and got to realize this.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. I think you know how much it means to me to have you swear me in today, and I thank you. Trust and confidence. I've got a lot of thanks to give out here.
Oh my God.
First and foremost to my perfect wife, Stephanie, my
her.
wonderful son, Will, and my daughter, Ava, already mentioned.
And you guys can sit at the edge or what, if you I don't want you to have to stand all along, but it's up to you. By the way, he gave me permission to touch him. All right?
Expand your capacity is through the partnership that we have, the federal and state government, along with local governments. This issue is ongoing each year, as we have discussed. It gets worse. It affects real people.
Thank you, Boris. And I want to thank that fellow down under. Thank you very much, pal. Appreciate it, Mr. Prime Minister.
Oh my God. So creepy. He's like, get away from me.
No matter what their cost, 2, 10, 12, 15. Oops, stepping on them. It's black. Anyway. Oh, man, this is boring. Isn't this boring? Charlie, this is boring. Come on.
I call on you to commit to concrete actions to stop the destruction of this magnificent
Oh my God, dude.
This conference is one of the most important meetings in history.
Younger sister used to be 3 years younger than me. Now she's 23 years younger. There's not a single solitary Biden man that is younger than any Biden woman. And my wife, by the way, at a community college, my wife is teaching today. My wife is a full-time college professor at a community college. My great-great-grandparents that came here in 1846. And went, what in the hell's going on? I want to thank you for the warm welcome. But please, not so loud. Donald was listening. Sleepy Don.
What?
I kind of like that. I may use that again.
He's not the one falling asleep.
Kelly O'Donnell, President of the White House Correspondents Association, thank you for having me. Thank you, sir. But Kelly O, let's be honest. You're way too young to be president. It's been a year since I delivered this speech, and my wife Jill, who's with me tonight, was worried how I do. I told her, don't worry, just like riding a bike. She said, that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah. Listen at him making fun of himself. That's the only way he can make sense of everything, because it's so ridiculous. It's retarded. This is probably the best thing he's done for his whole entire campaign or whatever for his upcoming election. I don't know.
Of course,
make fun of yourself.
2024 election's in full swing. And yes, age is an issue. I'm a grown man running against a 6-year-old.
What?
Well, I feel great. I really feel great. I'm campaigning all over the country. Pennsylvania, Georgia, North Carolina. I've always done well in the original 13 colonies. And speaking of history, did you hear what Donald just said about the major Civil War battle? Quote, Gettysburg, wow.
What?
Trump's speech was so embarrassing, the statue of Robert E. Lee surrendered again. But look, age is the only thing we have in common. My vice president actually endorses me.
So you're 6 years old. Your vice president is hilarious and can't stop laughing.
I had a great stretch since the State of the Union. But Donald has had a few tough days lately. You might call it stormy weather.
I call it election interference. All these stupid gag orders you got on the dude. This has never happened in history. And that's another video.
Trump's so desperate he started reading those Bibles he's selling. Then he got to the first commandment. You shall have no other gods before me. That's when he put it down and said, this book's not for me.
That's completely wrong.
Look.
And he will tell you that himself.
It is the book.
Let's pray together, may we?
Yes. I believe in God. I am Christian.
I'm a Protestant. I'm very proud of it. Presbyterian, to be exact.
And above all else, we know this. In America, we don't worship government. We worship God.
And I'm going to leave you all with that right there. Remember to click the subscribe and like button. If you have any comments and anything over this video or anything political or whatnot, go ahead and put it down there in the comments below. I will read them. And I will probably do a discussion on some of it. You never know. Just put it down there. And if you want to see more of these videos, just go ahead and let me know. I'm going to do them anyway, but yeah, just let me know. So until next time, I hope everybody has one.